Well, that's a surprise.
Yes.
She had some medical thing to do. I saw a post on Facebook she posted. We should be praying for her.
Oh, you have to do
Really?
something medicine?
Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
Me too.
Kempo, I have a question for you. Marilyn asked me to put this on Facebook. You tell me when?
Oh,
Oh,
it's ready. It's ready. It's okay. Anytime.
Okay.
Yes. Mm. So we are in the page. I think page 70, right? 70. Page 70. Thank you.
So which book? Is it Meditation or Essence of Mahayana?
Essence of Mahayana.
All right, thank you.
This is book is Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
Essence of Mahayana is Saturday and Sunday. No, it's the stage of meditation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So now we are page 70. I want to ask questions. First, EDG. Yes. So, which one is the causes of bodhicitta? The first one.
The first one is love.
Love.
You say
According
bodhicitta.
According to this book, so the cause, they talk about 4 causes. Which one is the first one? Very easy one. No need to load the book and just give me answer.
Causes of bodhicitta.
Yeah, which is the causes of bodhicitta? The causes of bodhicitta, the 4 causes of bodhicitta. Which one is the number 1? First one.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Ati, what is the first one?
Kempo, are you talking about precious human body?
No, bodhicitta, bodhicitta. The causes of bodhicitta.
Love and compassion.
No.
accumulation of merit.
Oh, good merit. Thank you, Mary. Good merit.
Mary, I asked a question for Ati.
Yes, but Mary knows I have good merit, so she helps me.
Her name is married, that's why. So
Yes.
she kept followed her name.
Generosity.
Oh. Okay, so then, Johnny Lee, I have a question for you. What is the before the accumulation merit? The cause is, what is the cause? The before the accumulation merit for bodhicitta? Can you hear or no?
She doesn't have a microphone, Kempo. She can't.
Oh, she can. Okay.
Can you?
No, it's
No
her
mic.
is a mute.
Good intention.
No.
No?
No good intention. So okay, then
Easygoing mind, uncorruptible integrity.
easygoing mind. Okay, Mary really started.
I heard there was going to be a quiz. I forgot I was unmuted.
Easygoing mind and naturally easygoing mind with uncorrupted integrity and natural great compassion for others. So that is the before the four causes. But that is actually maintaining your bodhicitta. That helps you maintaining your bodhicitta. Okay, so Ro, as I have a question, which is the second causes of bodhicitta? Second one. Ro.
Okay.
Are
Second.
you saying Raul? Kempo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We weren't here for the teaching.
Yeah, we are starting now.
Oh, you know there.
No, we were on vacation.
We were.
Okay, you took vacation. Wow.
Yeah, we took vacation from everything.
you did Dharma vacation too, yeah?
Yeah,
No, not really, but we didn't study.
we were on Saturday.
Oh, okay, so then Amanda, please, what is the second causes of bodhicitta?
Refuge? Extraordinary refuge?
Okay. Yes. Refuge. Cultivating no extraordinary refuge. The second cause is the extraordinary manner of going for refuge. Okay, so now Karen, what is the third causes of bodhicitta? Karen.
Emptiness?
No.
The connection with the realized teacher?
No.
Okay.
Third one.
I won't guess it. Okay.
Okay, don't guess then. Sovia.
The four immeasurables.
Cultivating the four measurables, yes. The third cause is training the mind through cultivating the four measurables. Number 4 is Sandra.
Seeing the Lama as the Buddha.
Okay. So no, then our test is finished.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now we're going to the page. Finished. Oh, sorry. What happened here? It's Facebook Live I've seen. No, we are page 70. The 333. The essence of bodhicitta mind. I think last week we stop there, right? So now the essence of bodhicitta mind. What is the essence of this mind of bodhicitta? The root text says, Nyingji Kinglang Yindong Zo Sanje. That's Tibetan. English is with the motivation of compassion for the sake of others, strive for perfect awakening. So that is the bodhicitta. You have to know what means bodhicitta. So sometimes with easy way, like love means we wishing all beings have a happiness. So that is a love. We wishing all sentient beings free from suffering. So that is the compassion. So bodhicitta is with the motivation of compassion for the sake of others, strive for perfect awakening. So we want all beings to become Buddha. So that is the bodhicitta. When we are motivated by compassion, of course, must have to have a compassion. Bodhicitta means compassion, based on the compassion. And we yearn to attain perfectly waking Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. All these sentient beings, wishing them Buddhahood. This is what is known as the aspiring aspect of bodhicitta. So that's called aspiration bodhicitta. We wishing all these beings become awakened Buddha. So wishing aspiration bodhicitta. So we must give rise to both aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. So then we have to arise like actually aspiring bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta, both. Engaging is like we wishing, of course, aspiration go first. We wishing all these beings Buddha. Then engaging is we wanted to help them. That's the reason we are first put in the effort. We put our effort first, then wanting these beings take to Buddhahood. So that's the reason bodhicitta means two aspects. We wishing them Buddha. That's the reason we put effort and engaging this six parameter. So that is called engaging bodhicitta. The method to do this is explained in the root text. So then how to engaging bodhicitta? First, of course, aspiration, then engaging, like how to do that. So we have to follow this way, root text. Tumdu samper yoksem gavajo. So please make sure you mute yourself, check please. Otherwise, some small songs is like really hear big songs. So no, the English is with the desire to attain awakening, increasing your intention, give rise to engaging bodhicitta, the cause of virtue. So that's the root text. Tibetan root text is a little bit shorter, but English must be long because it's Tibetan words is like one word holding so much meaning. With the desire to attain an awakening, increasing your intention, give rise to engaging bodhicitta, the cause of virtue. But still, actually, this root text explain still not enough. The Tibetan root text. But now we go to the commentary, so that helps clear. Commentary helps more explain, understanding more. We should think alasa. Alasa is like kind of a wow, so many beings are suffering. Like you just saying like words is like wow, kind of like that. Actually, compassion songs, alasa is. And the love or compassion songs, alasa is. All sentient beings who provide the infinite riches of space are in fact my own kind mother and fathers. So we just think, oh, my parents, actually they want happiness. They want free from suffering, but they are stuck in samsara. So they only wanted to be happy, but instead they suffer. So we see they are suffering in samsara. So that's like actually causes of bodhicitta. See, you can see that problems then arise bodhicitta. Otherwise, bodhicitta not possible to arise. So we see the this our parents, all these sentient beings used to our parents. So these all mother sentient beings want happiness, but they are stuck in samsara suffering. So we see that some are immersed in the present experience of manifest suffering. So there all is suffering, especially like, lower end beings, extremely suffering. So that's why some are immersed in the present experience of manifest suffering, especially lower end beings. While the rest are immersed in creating the cause for future suffering. So then, especially these higher realms, beings like creating causes of suffering. These lower realm beings like extremely in the suffering, stuck in the suffering. So amazing Heno us, I think. Yeah, amazing Heno us negative karma. So that everything created negative karma. Whatever they're doing things, or is a negative karma. So that's like we can see so many beings like that, especially human beings. Always they does negative things, no any positive create. Always does negative things. So then also due to our ignorance, human beings, whatever people does, causes of suffering, negative things, everyone like that, everyone joyful, follow that. Wherever they do some create causes of happiness, then less people interesting, and then some like just nothing important, ignoring things, like create causes of suffering things. People are interesting, like to do that, follow that. So due to the ignorance, we see that in human beings, like does like not make things good things, but people like that, follow that. So example like 4th of July, these fireworks, no make sense, but people really like follow that. 100,000 people gathering together. But actually we think about it, really no any essence, no any good quality there, but people like. So like that, some, crazy singers, crazy things like doing some play, this World Cups or something like many Olympic things. Some people like really danger this place, not really great, but people watch, pay so much money to get tickets. They're just like that kind of things, like ignoring not any good things, but people really like important things. Then people no care about that, doesn't like something good, create causes of happiness. Most important, learn something in this life, learn something good for future life, then no interesting. What happened that because it's called degeneration and ignorance so strong. And that's why Buddha said child of sentient beings means child. We all sentient beings, It's our child. Same as a kid, you know. No understanding like feature, of course, like karma, cause and effect, feature, and more important, we don't understand. Of course, like we don't understand like karma, cause and effect, but we don't understand what is important, what is not important. Sometimes like we see this some Olympic games, like that kind, you know, some does things like no make sense, but people really like. Some is really bad for the people get injuring and lose, you know, can be life, but people like, and no any reasons they like. So that is ignorance. We create causes of suffering. How tragic for these beings who are not creating even the slightest virtue karma. See, people not really create any virtuous karma. Always does like no virtuous things. Body, speech. But the mind is more difficult than the body and the speech. So you usually we can recognize body doing something, mind saying some speech saying some better words, we recognize. Body doing some better things, killing others, harmful others, we recognize. But mind is really hard to recognize. When we jealousy arise, pride arise, desire attachment arise, selfish, you know, like something wanting. So that kind of like when arise our mind, we don't recognize. That's why its mind is very powerful, but very hard to recognize. Mind create negative things, very hard to understand. We actually create, or mind is no stop, always creating. Mind always creating karma. That's why meditation is powerful means. Meditation only can stop mind create karma. Other is like not possible to can stop mind create karma, right? So now you listening Dharma teaching, you already stop creating mind creating negative karma. So that's why listening teaching, cultivating, you know, meditation is powerful. When you go sleep, body, speech, you stopped negative, create negative karma. But mind is not stop. Mind create negative karma in the dream too. So mind create negative karma actually kind of 24 hours. Mind also can create positive karma 24 hours too. That's why some people practice like or dream yoga. The dream yoga is the talk about like in the dream like create positive karma, you know, create positive karma. Recognize what we're doing in the dream and create positive karma. So that is a part of dream yoga. Some people have that kind of ability, but if we don't control our mind in the daytime, so then nighttime is not possible. Sometimes the people say, I wanted to do dream yoga, but first you have to take care of your mind in the daytime, you know. Create a day dream yoga, then you can do night dream yoga. Yes, so we think that way. So, but it is also karma how tragic for those beings who are not creating even the slightest virtue karma, and so many people does like that. So especially you just go to one market, Logobot. This all people does create negative karma. And then where it's like go to market, like especially where it's the seafood market. you can see everyone create negative karma. And then you go to restaurant, actually also like they create a negative karma. And so like that, then you already used to that. You don't thinking about what you're doing. You don't recognize the due to ignorance, because the negative is so strong. We don't recognize what we're doing. Then somebody say, "Oh, you're doing negative karma." Then they don't want to listening. They're upset. They are happy. They don't want to stop that. So somebody say, "Oh, you're doing great job. You are great. So your business is successful. You're doing whatever you're doing so great." Then they're happy. So we know that, and they're not easy to stop that. Who create a negative karma? How worthy of compassion they are. So then think about the whole. So we see that then really, comes compassion to them. Really comes compassion to them. Some people does always like negative things. Who put the chickens in the cage? Who always cutting the chickens like chop the chickens like all the time. If it always does like that, then they don't think about these beings like just the same is like cutting the trees branches. They don't have feelings. So you see that always people does negative things, like really comes compassion to them. That's the reason sometimes like we have to go to see the people does negative things. Then really comes compassion to them. When I come to in Dayton, Ohio, we have an Air Force museum there. And some people told me, "Oh, lamas shouldn't go to Air Force Museum. That is a so negative place." So I went there. It's actually great. I can see this like airplane, the 77. Number 77 something. They went to Japan. Use this all the atom bombs in there, and you can see these pictures. Like really recognize what the human beings did. Like no virtuous deeds, negative karma, and who did this, this person, like who make decisions. It comes a very strong compassion to them. That who created these things, like that people are many lifetimes suffering somewhere. We don't recognize, like you can see that, and you can just meditate, like chant some prayer, visualize Buddha, Amitabha, pray for them, So that's also, we do that, and comes a compassion for us too. That's really helpful for us. So I thought like sometimes like we also have to go to see like that kind of way. Some people did negative things. You see that, recognize, you can do prayer and dedication. And also some people does like negative things. Like when you see them and just think about this person creating so much negativity, the result is they're going to lower realms and less suffering future. Then you comes like compassion to them. So that is the Mahayana practitioners using the object is object of compassion. If people who don't know practice compassion, bodhicitta, then someone does negative things. So you see them, you also, not happy and sad, maybe also you angry, like upset for them. So that is like incorrect, and must use this negative object is object of compassion, negative things object of compassion. So we can create our compassion, use that object. If so then how worthy of compassion they are. But it is no good just sitting here feeling sorry for them. See, not just only sorry, right? Feeling sorry for them. Don't do anything. So what we have to do, if my mother were drowning, so then these people who does negativity, these beings also used to our parents, mothers. So now we think about, if my mother were drowning, I the child, should jump in to save her. See, my mother were drowning in the water, like our mother, like the river drowning. So then, what we have to do, not only just say sorry, like for our mother. So we are our mother's child. We have responsible. Should jump in to save our mothers. I must liberate all these sentient beings. So we think that same like that, all these beings used to our parents and mother. So now we have responsible for rescue our mothers. That's the reason I must liberate all these sentient beings, my mother of all, from the realm of suffering and lead them to the attainment of a perfect awakening. So now I wanted to rescue them. I wanted to help them. I'm going to take them to Buddhahood. So that is called bodhicitta. And not only just wishing them have a happiness, not only just wishing them free from suffering, really jump into them, rescue them. So that is called bodhicitta. Our mother is like drowning in the water. So then we jump into save her, like that. And we have to take care of our mother beings suffering in samsara. From the realm of suffering and lead them to the attainment of a perfect awakening. But I do not possess that kind of power. See, we wanting to do that, but we don't have a power. The reason is we are not Buddha. We are limited to help for others. So that's the reason beyond me means like we don't have a capacity to help for these all mother beings. So not only us, even the most powerful gods and the spirits do not possess such power. Even the like Shiva and like gods, that also they don't have a power to rescue all these mother sentient beings. They cannot help them too. Not only us, like someone like powerful spirits, the gods, they also don't have a power to help for others. Even the most powerful gods and spirit do not possess such power. So who possesses this power? Only a perfect waking Buddha possesses this power. Only Buddha has power to help for other beings. Therefore, I must become a perfectly waking Buddha. That's the reason I wanted to become Buddha. So know why we wanted to become Buddha. We have to help for other beings. So we have to agenda is like wanting help for others. So that's the reason we wanted to become Buddha. So like think about like if you have and your parents and many kids, so then you have to get a job to help them, like you feed them and like take care of them. That's the reason we have to get a job, have to work, because of like if we needed to help for parents and our family, So then you have to get a job, same like that. And we have to help for these beings. So we don't have ability to help because we don't have power to help others. So that is beyond us. We don't have a capacity. And we become Buddha, then we have a capacity, we can help for others. That's the reason we wanted to become Buddha. So that is the bodhicitta. So now you know, right? What means bodhicitta? Bodhicitta is like no same as compassion, no same as love, but bodhicitta is more action. Then thus give rise to the intention. So that intention we need. As the intention increase and expands to a wider scope, we enter into engaging bodhicitta. All virtues are subsumed within it and ensue from it. So then we wanted to become Buddha. That's the reason, like, we give rise to intention first. The intention is most important. When we do any practice dharma, so we always lower our intention, change the intention, and then we doing practice, right? So without good intention, then we do something, body, speech, we don't know it's really dharma. Long as we have good intention, then whatever we do, body, speech, mind, is very powerful. So practice dharma, intention is most important. So we have to change the intention. So good intention is actually bodhicitta. The intention, as the intention, then we have to increase. And then our intentions expand to a wider scope. We enter into engaging bodhicitta, then we into the bodhicitta, or virtue are subsumed within it and ensue from it. So then next is to categorize the bodhicitta. So then how many different kind of bodhicitta? Categorize bodhicitta. So to categorize bodhicitta according to levels of ground and path, the root takes steps. Sabso yontin lambda munjokdom means understand the deviation of the ground, premise, and so forth, and the quality, paths, and vows of aspiring and engaging bodhicitta. So this bodhicitta is like many different levels of bodhicitta, not only one. So followed by our ability. Some bodhicitta is like not bodhisattva level, so we are the first regular ordinary beings also have some part of bodhicitta. Then you are into the bodhisattva level, then also the different names bodhicitta. And then of course Buddhahood also the bodhicitta there too. So this bodhicitta is what I hear says like categorize bodhicitta like many according to levels. Some is of ground means like we are right now we are in the ground. So that's like yesterday I shared the stage of meditation. The Vajrayana follow the ground path result. So now here is like actually this teaching is not really Vajrayana teaching, it's like Mahayana. Mayamika follow that teaching tradition. But ground means like first like beginners. And then path is bodhisattvas. So then of course the result is Buddha. So this all has different levels of bodhicitta. So here is the 21 analogies. Bodhicitta has a different, it's like 21 bodhicittas. there are 21 classic analogies that depict the excellent qualities of bodhicitta. All these different qualities of bodhicitta is include 21 to quote from the Abhisama Alankara. So it's come from Buddha Maitreya. So Abhisama Samaya Alankara says, like the earth, God, the moon, fire, hidden treasure, precious jewels, and the lake in which they are found. I don't know, we can go this more details, or you want the detail or just only names? If we go details, it'll take really long time. But I
like
can
it.
go like, huh?
I like it more details.
Yes, a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, so short details, short way details. I cannot go a long way because I don't know the more detail. I can go a little bit, not only just names, I can go a little bit more detail, but I cannot go more detail because more detail I don't know. Then I have to read it like other texts, teachings, and understanding. So this is actually really good explained in the Geonomic Liberation, the Gambopa. Gambopa explain all these 21 the analogies explain. So there are 21. So here is the light, earth, God, and moon. So these three is like in our like ground path. Ground like say we are in the like path, like four path, like accumulation, engaging, seeing, meditation, non-learning, the 5 path, yeah? So usually they talk about the 5 path. So this first three is in the accumulation path. Accumulation path has like small, middle, big ones. Accumulation path also has 3 different levels. So first one is earth. So why they say earth is all these qualities best on. All these Bodhisattva qualities best on the first one. That's why it's called earth. Earth like holding everything. So like that. And all these Bodhisattva's qualities holding. That's the reason the first one is the same as the earth. So earth is like kind of like good intention. First is intention is the same as the earth. Earth is the same as intention. Then second is the God. God is like good intention is it's come from your mind, and the mind is like kind of like kindness mind. The kindness mind is kind of the same as the goal. The goal is like never lost quality. So think about the goal is like go into the like somewhere like dirty or garbage or under the ground earth, or your goal is like you put in your necks like goal. This quality is always there. They never lost qualities. They never lost change the colors. They never change the color. So kindness is like same as the God, like starting from beginning to enter Buddhahood. So kindness mind is the same as the goal. So make sense or no, gold is like, never change the color. Wherever the gold is like, under the earth or with your necklace, or always gold colors never changes. So same is like that is kindness, mind. Starting from us, like beginning to all the way until Buddhahood, no lost, never change. Then the moon is same is Lapu Samba then, but Lapu Samba is like kind of a kindness, but it's really wanting to have something, and always like you think about for others, like create something good things. So not up to your ability, just you always has like good intention with you and wanted to do something good. So that is the same as the moon. So long as you have that, it's like, your virtuous like increasing, your virtuous deeds is increasing. So same as the moon is like, first moon is like, second moon, third moon is increasing, your moon is increasing. So you have like that kind of good, like, intention, but with intention is like you doing some good things for others. Long as you have that, your virtuous increasing. That's why it's the same as the moon. So that three is like, is in the accumulation part. Then the fourth one is fire. The fire is in the engaging part. So engaging part, like fire is like, like your put effort. You have good intentions, you have a kind, you really wanted to create something, you put effort to something, So that is the same as a fire. Fire actually burn the firewood. So you have like engaging something, good things, like you wanted to put effort, engaging. So that burn our emotions, obscurations. Same as a fire. Fire. Then so that is a engaging part. Engaging actually has many different levels, but engaging has only one, this bodhicitta. The putting engage, you put the effort, what you have in the accumulation part. So that put in the effort, that purifying karma and burning our obscurations. That's the reason same is the fire. So no, hidden treasure is a seeing part. And also that is the same as the generosity. Hidden treasure is generosity. So generosity and helps for other beings. What the others want, we can make satisfy them. If who want food, you give food to them, they are satisfied. Who want clothes, you give clothes for them, they are satisfied. So so like that is the first one is like this is actually in the on the seeing part. Hidden treasure is the same as the generosity. So then in the meditation part is like second Pimi Bodhisattva. That's the generosity is first Pimi Bodhisattva. So now it's the second Pimi Bodhisattva. It's the precious givers. So precious giver is the same as the morality. So morality is the same as the precious givers. Precious giver is like, of course, like it's treasure. So morality is the same as a treasure. And lake. So lake is like same as a patience. Patience, this and the lake in which they are found, the lake is actually kind of it's the same as the ocean. So ocean is whatever the difficulties, like ocean is never change, like always calm, kind of. I don't know, that's true. So that is the same as the passion. Whatever difficulty arise, you never lost your passion. So you don't create your like emotions, and whatever difficulty comes, you not lose your passion. So anyway, that is the same as the passion. So the passion is the same as the lake is the ocean. So then in the which they are found, Varjara is same as the joyful effort. So that is the fourth Pimi Bodhisattva, joyful effort. Joyful effort is like you not losing your effort. That's the reason like effort is the same as Vajra. So then the fifth Bodhisattva has mountain. Same as the mountain is the same as the meditation. Meditation is the same as the mountain. Mountain. Why they call the meditation? Because your mind is like stable, no shaking. Like no shaking with like emotions. Your mind is really stable, calm, peace when you meditate. So that is the same as the mountain. Like rain and whatever this weather cannot affect the mountain is always the same. So that is the fifth Bodhisattva Pimi. And then sixth Pimi Bodhisattva is same as the medicine. So medicine sixth Pimi Bodhisattva is the same as the medicine, because sixth Pimi Bodhisattva has the wisdom. Wisdom is actually the same as the medicine. Wisdom is purify or recovering our illness. So medicine recovering illness, the same is like wisdom purify our negative karma and purify this ignorance. So that's why same is medicine. Medicine for the emotions. Wisdom is the same as medicine. Wisdom purify emotions. Medicine. Then it's the seventh Pimi Bodhisattva is called is a method. Method the same as a teacher. So teacher helps for people and the students, same like that, method hold the other beings. Holding the other beings and no give up. That's the reason same as the teacher, like Devashin is like a spiritual teacher, like that's a spiritual teacher. Then Epimi Bodhisattva is the same as the wish granting gem. So Epimi Bodhisattva has aspirations. Aspirations is the same as the wish granting gem. So you pray to the wish for granted gem, and there arise desires, felt desires. So that's the reason Epimi Bodhisattva has aspiration. Their aspiration is like whatever they do, aspiration is result is arise. So that's the reason Epimi Bodhisattva is the same as wish granting gem. So then ninth Pimi Bodhisattva is same as the sun. So ninth Pimi Bodhisattva has power. Same as the sun. Sun benefit so many other people, beings, also sun benefit all this seed is ripening. So that kind of sun has power. Epimi Bodhisattva has power. So that's why it's Epimi Bodhisattva aspiration is the same as the sun. So then 10th Pimi Bodhisattva is called the wisdom, actually wisdom aspiration. So here says like sacred song. So the 10th Pimi Bodhisattva aspiration or the bodhicitta is the same as the sacred song. The sacred song is so help for other beings, like sacred song is like dharma songs. So people like individually or capacity what they need to hear, they can hear what they need, like kind of different levels. Same as like Buddha's teaching. When Buddha shared the teaching and the student capacity level, they can hear that level teachings. If the student is like Mahayana level, they can hear the Mahayana teachings. Student is a level of the capacity is Hinayana, they hear the Hinayana teachings. That student is like Vajrayana, so then they heard the Vajrayana teachings. So that's like same exactly, benefit for them. So that's why it's called sacred song. So that 10, already have that 10. First Pimi Bodhisattva to enter 10th Pimi Bodhisattva. Like first one is a generosity to all the way up to this sacred teaching song. Up there is a 10. So then top there we already talked 4. So already 14 is finished. That 10 is like first Pimi Bodhisattva to 10th Pimi Bodhisattva. Then one is for engaging Bodhisattva. Another 3 is like part Pimi Bodhisattva, part Buddhist, no accumulation accumulation part. So already we talked 14. So then no is the royal treasury of a king. so that is like 10th level, 10th, you know, and the 10th level Bodhisattva has these powers. So that is like actually clairvoyance. So what here talking about is the royal treasure travel of a king is like kind of a clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is like same as the treasure travel of a king. King like really benefit their subject, the good king, you know, that knows what they need in their subject. So same like that, Bodhisattva, higher level Bodhisattva has clairvoyance, so they can benefit according to what their other beings. So that's the reason it's called treasure tower of a king. It's benefit for others. So then, Sunamdang Yishida Dembane is as a great part, a street, a fountain aspiring. So that's I think it's missing one here. As is in the song, the royal treasure tower of a king. So they actually did like royal treasure tower of a king, a great part. So there are two things going on together there. Sorry about that. One is like aspiration, the same as the king. So king has power and also recognize their own subject, what they need. Same like that. I just explained. The Bodhisattva 10th level Bodhisattva also has clairvoyance. They can have what they need other beings, and also king has like treasures, like his royal treasures. King has royal treasures. So same is like that. Another is like, you know, the accumulation, true accumulation. Mary is like same as the royal treasure king. So they talk about the two different kind of like bodhicitta. One is the same as the king. Second one is the same as the king's granting gem. No treasure, you know, royal treasure, king's treasure, travel of a king. So two things going on there, and a great part. Then also a great part is and same is the like all this bodhisattva has 37 bodhisattvas part. Like they talk about 37 bodhisattvas part. That is called same as the great part. So that means already 3 there. And then another is like still a fountain spring. That is 4. Is like that is the same as the same as the strong compassion. Also the compassion with we talk about meditation. There's a vipassana, like, you know, the vipassana section, like talk about the Samthong is called special seeing, special insight. So that is the same as the fountain spring.
Kempo, a steed is a horse.
Horse.
Yeah, you skipped after a great path, then there's a steed, which is a horse, and then it's the fountain spring, right?
Okay, okay. Fountain spring is like, I'm talking about that one, sorry. It's okay, so I'm talking about that one, Strood. It's a horse, right? So that is the like compassion with the special insight meditation is the same as the horse. And these two comes together, you not stuck in the samsara, not stuck in the nirvana, and take into the Buddhahood. Then fountain spring, no, it's fountain spring. Fountain spring is a bodhisattva's quality, is like their, Dharma teaching, whatever they hear, the Dharma they can hold. Also, they have a quality. Dharma is like same as the fountain spring is like, Dharma arise from them, like naturally, never expired or something, kind of like finish there. So, or same as a fountain spring, like water never stop, right? So like that, there has a like dharma is like that knowledge. So then they can hold all the whatever they had the dharma, and also they have a dharma knowledge. So that talk about 5 different bodhicitta. So that's also in the all this bodhisattva has these qualities. So now we talk already 14 plus 5 is like 19 already finished. So now 19, 20, 21, another 2. We have another 2. So another 2 is like Buddha's quality. So then Buddha's quality is a lute, a river, and the rain clouds. So first one is a lute. A lute is like, what means a lute? It's like something good song.
It's a musical instrument. You can play it.
Okay, so that is like Buddha's quality, and Dharma is like accordingly what people need. Like if there has is the people has like kind of accumulation and they're rapine, wanting, ready to hear Dharma, or the condition arise, Buddha's this teaching is comes like same as the lute, never stopped. The beautifully Dharma is come naturally. Who want liberation. So then the last one is the same as the river and the rain clouds, I think. So river is a Drubachi Balanda Demban Chu Jundan is the river is follow one direction. So that means like we going into the enlightenment is like one direction, like Buddha lead that one direction or into the Buddhahood. So that's the same as the river. Then Buddha himself, his quality is rain clouds. So rain clouds is Dharmakaya's quality. Dharmakaya is the same as the rain clouds. So Buddha actually always stay in the Dharmakaya nature, but manifestations and benefit all other beings. So that last three is like Buddha's quality, I think like that. Okay, so that's just the just short information about this 21 bodhicittas. It's really hard to share that. That is like, you know, I don't have enough English.
It was great,
so,
Kempo. Thank you very much.
Are you sure?
Great. Yes.
Sorry about that.
Really excellent. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Very wonderful.
Really,
I hope
really helpful. It was really helpful. We wouldn't have understand what you were talking about if you haven't explained like that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So that's really hard to actually explain, but what I explain is like very short, and actually this followed by each qualities examples. This each level Bodhisattva has like this different, you know, bodhicitta quality levels that follows. So that's the reason the 21 logics, you know, 21 analogies, this bodhisattvas and Buddha's quality, this 21 analogies bodhicitta. So that is like become, we talk about more details like 21, but actually subsumed into two bodhicittas, aspiration bodhicitta and engage bodhicitta. So we usually share just aspiration bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta. We don't talk about this 21, it's a lot. And who wanted to really study this all 5 part, then 10 permits, of course, like this, then follow who wanted to follow that way and then learn this is really great. Oh yeah, this bodhisattva different level qualities. Then you understanding this bodhisattva different levels, what they have called it, different kind of qualities, what they hoping they benefit others, you know, and their abilities, or you understanding clearly. So the which kind of like purify the karma they has, and which kind of like they has qualities, which kind of they can benefit for others. All this detail is actually Mahayana teaching. So Mahayana teaching is followed by the, you know, method and wisdom. So method part is to talk about all these qualities. Wisdom part is like then same as like we just talked the last way. The analytically investigating nothing is exist or is into the emptiness. So that is the wisdom part. So this Mahayana teaching just goes like method and wisdom. So talk about 2 different sections. And then finally they bring together, you know, method and wisdom bring together. When we practice meditate, we have to put together and we have to practice. So right now, this is like just we learning what means method, what means wisdom. When we meditate, we have to put together. So that's the reason in the Vipassana, last week I shared with you that when we meditate, Vipassana, especially resting mind, you know, when we rest in mind, low into our natural mind, your mindful awareness, recognize your natural mind, seeing that you be in that nature, then you're really peaceful, budding, and at the same time, your joy and happy and the feeling is like you really recognize your mind, nature is absolute truth. So when you be in that nature, then you see other beings. So you recognize all these beings has this nature, but they don't recognize due to the emotions. That does so much, you know, kind of like how to say the you unless how to say the useful, no useful. They put too much effort is unuseful or wasting time and worldly activity. So you recognize that, then there really comes compassion to them. So that compassion is called unconditional compassion, based on the wisdom. Wisdom is called compassion. True compassion is arise. Then you think about, oh, I wanted to benefit them. I wanted to help these beings. I wanted to recognize these beings, this nature. So that compassion arises, and then you cultivate that bodhicitta, and also your meditation practices, dedication to them. And you know, when we meditate, then this method and wisdom bring together practice. So when we practice, we have to bring together. So when we learn, of course, we have to learn separate. This is a part of a method and bodhicitta. So then this is a part of wisdom, bodhicitta. So also bodhicitta, actually both is called bodhicitta. Relative truth bodhicitta and absolute truth bodhicitta. Relative truth bodhicitta is we talk about here. So the 21 bodhicitta is always a relative truth bodhicitta. And absolute truth bodhicitta is then talk about emptiness. So talk about this vipassana is absolute truth bodhicitta. And when we practice it, then we have to bring together this absolute truth bodhicitta, relative truth bodhicitta, bring together. So we are become, you know, purify. We can purify our karma and we can become Buddha. So that is the essence of Dharma teaching. We cannot go more than that today. Sorry about. So we leave there. And if you wanted to homework, is you go to log to the Journal of Liberation. It's really, really great in there. Or explain. If you log there, then that is it. This teaching is too short.
Can you say the name again? I can understand it.
Journal of Liberation.
It's a very
Someone
hard
can,
book. I'm sorry. Very
Jewel ornament? Jeweled ornament?
someone can please put in the name is in the chat room.
I'll type
So
it.
that's great.
I'll
Yeah.
put
The
it in there.
jewel ornament of liberation.
The jewel ornament of liberation.
Yeah, they already put the Ornament Liberation, Gampopa. So that's one.
Gampopa.
Wonderful book.
I'm probably gonna have to read it 4 or 5 times before I understand it. One time,
Yes.
even with book study was not quite enough.
Yes.
That was my introduction, though. That was like one of the first books I read.
You did great. Then you are lucky because you get one wonderful book.
I like it, but there was a lot of having people, because some people had the book, some had it on the Kindle, some had we were trying to make accommodations and sort of change things around a little to make the words a little more modern, so they were a little easier to understand.
Yeah, it's very important that one is like we usually have to learn in the Sheda. So
where is that?
actually it takes like 6-month course.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can read like it's not that hard to understand. Actually, Tibetan is a more difficulty because the Tibetan is all the words is like very high level Dharma, and without someone explain that, we don't really understand easily. Then translation to English, because who know the English, then they're just easy to understand. The English is more easy than Tibetan. I can say that.
It makes
Tibetan is like, if you don't study philosophy, some teachers don't explain that, really hard to understand. Because like just people who can perfectly speak Tibetan and then the North English, they cannot translate the Dharma. When they hear the Dharma words, they're confused. They don't really understand. The reason is we don't use the Dharma word as regular words. Generally, people don't have education Dharma, and whatever we say, they don't understand Dharma words. That's why we have to explain.
That's very correct, because a lot of the time we were kind of left, you know, we did have very smart people in the group, but we were left kind of like in trying to interpret a word, like what does this mean? Because in Tibetan it may, because of the cultural system, it may have one meaning versus where in English it might have a slightly different meaning.
Yes. So Your Noble Liberation is a really, really good book, and it's essence of the Dharma there. If you read that, you learn that, then you know the Dharma. That's just I can say, you know the Dharma. So should, you know, like everyone read that book, study, then you go to other books. It's like you have already like basic understanding, easy to understand other teachings. We need some like kind of a basic understanding, then you go into different teachings, easy to understand.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So if we're studying, is a jewel ornament of liberation similar also to Jigten Sumgön's Lamrim text in terms of?
In this one?
Yeah. Or
it's a different. This is a more big different. Some sections are similar, but here talk about 5-part Mahamudra. So this 5-part Mahamudra is Your Noble Liberation. They didn't have that section. But here talk about 4 thoughts meditation, love, compassion, bodhicitta, and more detailed than here. More detail. Then Your Noble Liberation is really good explain this 6 parameter. Your Noble Liberation really profoundly explain this or the bodhicitta section. Just I share this 21 bodhicitta, so that's really explained in the Your Noble Liberation. So you read this, you understand. So I just share like kind of short way explain. Tibetan, I try to translate into English. That's also I found is Your Noble Liberation. So Your Noble Liberation, this 21 bodhicitta explained in there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kempo, you did a really wonderful job of explaining the breaking everything down. Your English is fine.
Are you sure? It's hard. That part is really hard to explain.
Oh, I know, but you did it.
Also this, you know, 21 bodhicitta is like very similar aspect. But English, I don't know which kind of words I have to choose. Like some Tibetan also really hard, you know. So the different words, but kind of meaning is very similar. Some is like that. It's meaning is like I cannot really see different, but words is different in the Tibetan, but go in the meaning is like not really difference. It's very similar. But I think it's like the Bodhisattva's level, the practicing, they have a different kind of experience, you know. So slightly, the mind is, you know, like become the practicing Bodhisattva, like slightly they're, you know, developing, you know.
Sure, going up and up.
Like little bit, yeah, the different, little bit different, slightly experience. So they use different words, but we here is very similar.
Yeah, you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Part of that. So when I created this book, I almost went to that section put there commentary, but then I think it's too much. So when I created this book, I wanted to keep, more simple. Try to keep more simple and not really going too long, and just main point. What we need, kind of like someone like, okay, practice bodhicitta. So even they don't know this 21 bodhicitta, but that's okay. So you have to know main point bodhicitta, what means, what you have to do. So I kept that in my mind here. So that time I created that. Then of course, like who wanted to learn more details, then of course know the 21 bodhicitta is great. But if you don't know that, but still you know what means bodhicitta. So that's the reason why I didn't put here all the detail. So not only that, like many sections like that, I didn't put all informations. So just like someone wanted to know compassion, then what means compassion, like kind of important part. So you have to get something, okay, I can hold that, I understand that. So when I want to explain for, like, especially for lay people, live in the Western country, I want to use this book and share Dharma for others. Then I use this like someone easy to understand. Yeah, like bodhicitta means like that. So I go to 21, like, then we don't really can get easily because we not really don't have this like, all this higher level bodhisattva's qualities. So then we cannot get experience like holding something in our mind. So that's the reason why I didn't put. But if you learn that, it's good. That is like Dharma education. Learning, study is great. So you study the Yonomi liberation and the essence of Mahayana, then you really understand the Buddhism Dharma. Then you say, I study that. So then I think, oh yeah, he know the Dharma. So otherwise you say, I joined many drupchins, like I did this drupchins, like we know, or still just that person is like, did a good job, but it's no like education Dharma. But the purify karma, but we know so like that person still like, hinging something where no really, you don't have a basic things, ground holding them, you can be lose easily Dharma. So I know many people joined the, like, example, Vajrakalaya retreat and Yamintaga, they say like, I did it like 7 times Yamintaga, but then after that, they also give up Dharma too.
No.
And if someone really study your own liberation, understanding way of Bodhisattva, your own liberation, I don't think so they give up Dharma.
Kempo, I think you're setting up next teachings after
I'm
your
hopeful. I'm very hopeful, Thomas, because I'm already thinking, okay, what if you've read the book, but then the teacher comes that helps you understand it better or more, of whatever the correct word is.
So next time we can go follow like your own liberation. We can follow way of Bodhisattva. We have a long time. So no, it's a good. It's because we have this Zoom take knowledge, and we can keep going. Like years.
Oh, yes.
So you don't give up.
Yes.
I don't give up. Okay.
I won't give up.
So we can do these things, and then we can practice. Like, okay, sometimes we can join the practice. Like, so generally we follow these teachings, learn that Dharma. And also we have a Gonchek book, and I already wrote a Gonchek commentary. We have a book for that, and we can share that. But it's before Gonchek, it's go to like your own liberation, way of Bodhisattva. That is great. Gonchek is very good, but some levels, like you don't know the other like philosopher what that says. Then just like, oh yeah, Jigten Sungkung said this is very special. We don't know why it's special, you know. So it's good, but it's like if you don't know the like other teachers what they taught, like then not really special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a very special teacher. Thank you so much.
I don't know that. Thank you, just you are special.
You are.
Education, learning students.
We're very fortunate.
Right now, I'm reading Chandra Kirti's Madhya Maka Vitara with the commentary by Jamgon Mipam. So you mentioned Chandra Kirti. So I'm reading that.
Chandra Kirti, yeah, it's a middleware. It's there's so many commentaries for that. So Chandra Kirti middleware, root text, middleware, like just middleware teaching. That is the kind of like most important for philosophers. And the Tibetan Buddhists, all these philosophers, each one make commentary for that. And then debating for use that, like each one different ways explain. You know, or it's like debating, like follow using that book. The last, I think, couple of weeks ago, last week, His Holiness Dalai Lama sharing this teaching, but I don't think so he can follow all the details. Maybe he's just giving some just general topics, maybe, because some Nalanda, there has some association, something Nalanda University in India. So their supplication to Dalai Lama. So he's sharing this Chandakirti teaching. I didn't get to join, but I think he just shared like some basic things. So that is the hardest.
The people, he took lots of questions from that group of people, and that was so interesting, just to even hear the questions and then hear his answers. It was really good.
Yeah, that so the first, of course, like they're actually based on this 6 parameter, the bogus. And then first the homage to the love, so they explain love and the bodhicitta compassion with some level, and then go into this 6 generosity to all the way to wisdom. Then when get into wisdom, so then use so much intellectual and investigating logic. Most people confused, and it's good for like who wanted to know the emptiness. So just you know, really hard to understand, but your own liberation is more better than for for our level, because your own liberation talk about this so much bodhisattva's qualities and bodhicitta. Of course, this like, you know, the devotions, all these things, like we can use that practice, like bring Dharma is really in the mind. And you really wanted to practice it. Sometimes like you go into Chandakirti, this is logic investigation, people lost. And then so much logic and investigation talk about emptiness, then some people like become like kind of like just, they really don't think about this bodhisattva's qualities, then just all like too much in there, but then you lose that too.
I have a little.
It's kind of like too much to go to scientists, you know, scientists where.
If we study this Jewel Ornament of Liberation, because it's so many pages, I think we should all have to take turns reading out loud.
We can see that. Think about.
So
yeah, it's a your ornament liberation. This way of Bodhisattva really helps create our mind has a love, kindness, compassion arising. This Chandakirti book is like really high level education. If some people go too much in the Chandakirti book, if you don't go into the way of Bodhisattva and this Yoganama liberation, there become same as a scientist. They lose the devotions and only just think about emptiness, then kind of like really hard to bring back your Bodhicitta. So that's a lot of scholars get difficulty that. That's the reason we have to accumulate your merit for study this emptiness. We say talk about create accumulation merit.
Kempo, when you're learning jewel ornament and lamrim, do you recommend you memorize the text when you're studying it if you really want to understand the full meaning, or do you just read it and then meditate without memorizing?
Yoganama liberation, we don't have a root text or something, memorize easy one, but just we have to, no need to memorize everything and just understanding whole thing, Teacher explain when we share this Yoganama liberation, so we don't have to go like lots of details. Just they can share like simple ways, like people can, everyone, and that's lots of pages. So go like more pages, like everyday teaching, and then they can read, understand. Like Chanda could be one. You can share only one thing, like kind of one paragraph, like one day, like kind of a 4 sentences. Like you go more than that, especially in the wisdom chapter, you can lost. When we share Yoganama liberation, we share like kind of one day, like many pages. So like Lisa saying, kind of like that's a good idea. Like someone, we comes together and someone read one paragraph and then talk a little bit that and go to next paragraph and read that to someone and talk about that, explain, and then go to another one, like that way,
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
So sorry about I didn't get to explain good, but I hope next time I can do well, okay?
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kempo.
Thank you so much. Kempo.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you. So now we
It
do
was
the
very good.
prayer. Roy, can you put in the prayer in the?
Me? I don't have it.
You don't have that one?
Amanda?
Sandra, do you have it?
Sandra's gone.
I think
Sandra left.
he left.
Sandra left.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to chant the English Tibetan.
Yeah.
It's on the Gardroma website, but I don't know it.
Yeah, it's okay. So
Understate, so it's a lot
to
to get to. Yeah.
Tonight I'm going to do the Tibetan.
I have a copy.
Wonderful.
So you already did your own copy. I'm going to read the Tibetan, okay?
Okay, you read Tibet.
Yeah. Ema ngom zara sanje naman da ye da ye se jo du je jian bo dang yong de sen ban te jian do nam lai san je san sen ba mian ko ji go de jie ngom zara ba de me ba ye de wa jin ye sa ve jian gan de na yin de ne sen bi jur ma da je wa jin je bar ma ju bar tere jin ne nan de jar dong yo de ge da ge mo nan da ba de so je san sen dan je ge me da bar sin je la de so ya da ben zan ya wa mo de na ye so ai san jo sem jo ren bo je ma je pa nam je jo ro je je ba nyam ba me ba yang gong ne gong de me wa re yo Sonam Deye Tamje Zibanye Tona Nimbe Dana Bangede Yiga Namje Balon Trubaye Siben Solen Joa Joa Jo Jambara Pave Jadaran Jemba Dan Genda Zambo Deyan De Jende Eda Genja Jisa Dalo Jenge Wanda Da Tamje Razem Shizai King Ze King Jin Chije Je Dem Jerne Lai Wan De Jigomba Rinchen Barje Demba Sing De Bar Shejo De Sangong Ben Zing George. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you,
come back
Kempo.
again.
Thank
Thank you.
We're calling you, but you gone.
Sorry. Magic, she's back.
Yay.
Yeah, I have to say thank you. Thank you and goodbye.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Did you say there's a
Tomorrow.
meteor shower, Sandra?
Yes, there's a meteor shower tonight. I know we talked about one in August, but this one's supposed to be better.
Okay.
Thanks for letting us know.
Okay.
Just in Washington, right?
I think this is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We have
you.
a good weather tonight. Then could be see.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think possibly good weather, and the moon's gonna set. So
We've had
Okay, I'm
rain all
going to sit
day.
outside.
With all this rain, I don't think I'll see any.
Oh, well.
Like evening, and I'll stay outside, and then I play this Gajin Boche's chant, 10 Zambo prayers. Really
Yes.
powerful.
Oh,
I
excellent.
play that and then stay outside. It's like nighttime is really, really good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's like maybe you record yourself, you can play English.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to understand the words is then really good at.
Yeah.
So one day you read yourself English and then you
Yes.
play and meditate.
great idea.
Sometimes we read, we didn't get words, but when you play yourself and your closed eye play that and you can get the words. So you recording yourself like come very slowly and then you play. I think it's great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kimbo.
Bye.
Good idea. Thanks, Kempo.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Tempo.
Thanks, Raul and Michelle, for recording and living.
Yes, thank you.
And living us.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Deb. Bye, Deb.
Bye-bye, bye, Artie.